Villagers is 1 to 5 players drafting new citizens to create a village. It was designed by Hakoon Gorder. Sinisterfish Games provided this in exchange for an honest review. Over multiple rounds, players draft villager cards and use the abilities on already built cards to build the engine to acquire the most gold. Players start with a founder's card in a village square. Each round begins with players drafting villager cards to their village square from the central face-up road or one of the 6 face-down stacks. Villager cards are part of 9 different types. Wool and leather aren't used at 2 and 3 player counts. Card types are indicated by a unique color and symbol on both the front and back of the cards. Players alternate to draft a minimum of 2 villagers, plus 1 for every visible red food symbol in their village, up to a maximum of 5 per round. After the draft, players complete the build phase in turn. A player can place 2 villagers, plus 1 for every black builder symbol visible in their village, up to a maximum of 5 per round. When building, you may return a card from your hand to one of the road stacks in order to take one of 3 basic villagers. This can be done up to 3 times per round. Most villagers can form production chains. For example, Cartwright must be played on a Lumberjack Wheeler chain, Jeweler must be played on top of a Miner Seeker Splunker chain. When expanding a chain, covered abilities or bonuses are lost. Some villagers need to be unlocked to play. The unlocking villager is listed below the card title. To play a padlock card, play 2 gold to the unlocking villager card even if in an opponent's village. If the required unlocking villager is not in play, pay the bank instead. Unlocking villagers shows the keyring symbol and how many cards it can unlock. Twice per game, you'll score to obtain gold. During setup, the first market card is placed under the second road stack, and the second market card is placed under the 6th road stack. When the market cards are exposed, score at the end of that round. During the first market, score only your village's visible gold symbols. During the second market, score your village's visible gold and silver symbols. The game ends after the second scoring phase. The player with the most gold wins. If tied, the player with the fewest villagers wins. Draft villagers, build production chains, and acquire the most gold. That's villagers. Our games of villagers, including setup and takedown, have been around 50 minutes. Thanks to the deck timer, playtime is consistent. I think that the game is best at 3 players because cards aren't cycling as quickly. There's too little strategy and too much tactics with 4. Considering how short the game is, your wasted round compared to a perfect round by another might make winning impossible. Player areas are the size of placemats. Between these and the central area, you need 3 feet by 3 feet, a little more with 4 players. The card relationships, planning, and game mechanisms mean this could be handled by experienced 8-year-olds, but it may be a while before they're competitive. The game is mostly simple-based without a lot of text in the cards, so you don't necessarily need to be a strong reader. Villagers includes a double-sided reference, but the back just expands on a rule on the front. The double-sided village square tile serves as a turn reference, plus a place to keep things tidy during the draft. Even the market cards have their rules right on them. The rulebook has an example on every page, a summary on the back, and is organized well. Because the game walks you through essentially everything, it's not too hard to teach others. The box is small enough to fit into a backpack, though too big for many purses, so you can bring it with you easily. The amount of tactics mean there can be some analysis paralysis, APs when you freeze in making decisions. Thankfully, it's not all the time, it's not going to make things drag for too long. I mentioned this in Family Facts, but there isn't a lot of mitigation for bad luck. You started with Vinter and Wine Trader, but the Graper doesn't come out to the end and someone else took it? It sucks to be you. Sure, you can trade them to get a basic villager, or if you have one, a monk card, but not too long after, that other player lucks into those cards. Congratulations, you just gave them 19 points. Thankfully, the special cards I mentioned at the start can bail you out if you have an extraordinary terrible luck. Player interaction is mostly indirect. Someone has the carpenter, pay them 2 points to play the poulterer. Someone is focusing on ore, take the splunker and or jeweler on them. One of the mini expansions, Scoundrels, adds some direct nastiness if you're into that. Speaking of that, players randomly start with a unique card in both Saints and Scoundrels, shuffle the remaining Scoundrels into the main Villagers deck. Also shuffle Profiteers into the main deck. Developments are special public scoring goals that players will try to fulfill. Despite not having a huge deck, the game flow generates replayability thanks to it being card-based. We also saw that there are many different strategies to help win or lose. Villagers is an engine-building card game with drafting, set collection, and a graphic design that places the focus on gameplay, not on rules. We have many drafting engine builders, Fields of Green and Fantastic Factories to name 2, as well as set collection games such as Bugs on Rugs and Coldwater Crown, and I think Villagers stands out. The market system and food chain magnate like Pyramid are super clever. If you're still building your gaming collection or maybe tired of similar games, Villagers is one to check out. If you're like us, we'd happily play this anytime, but I don't think it knocks the thing off of our shelf.